Welcome to Ski Talk. I'm Tom from SkisDOTcom, and today I'm joined by Ray from Dalbello. How's it going, Ray?
Great, Tom. How you doing today?
Pretty good. We're going to share a little bit about the Dalbello Panterra boots. Super hot boots from last season, around again, and they're looking as good as ever. You want to tell us a little bit about them?
Sure, Tom. The Panterra came out last season, and this was an out-of-the-box home run for the company. We, in today's boot world, and ski world, people are looking for this adventure series, adventure category of boots. They want to go hiking, they want to go side country, they want to go all over the mountain, and Panterra really fits that need. And what really makes it that type of boot is the three-piece shell design. And with a three-piece shell design, what you've got is our lower shell, which gives you the lateral power edge to edge, the rear cuff, which then hinges very low. And with that low hinging rear cuff, you get a lot of movement and a lot of shock absorption against the front of the boot. And when we talk about against the front of the boot, we have this tongue, the rib tongue, and when the boot loads up, it allows you to then spring back to your upright stance.
So it's a high-energy performance boot with some great shock absorption.
Right.
And then on top of that, specific to the Panterra, something you'll see nowhere else is the VVF.
Right. VVF was another thing that was everybody loved VVF. VVF stands for variable volume fit, and what the designers did is they took the lower shell, built in a hinge point to it, and this shell goes from 102 millimeter toe box width down to 100 just by taking this buckle, adjusting it for the width of your foot. You pick your width, you set it, and you forget it.
Awesome, and then you don't even need to mess with it anytime you're getting in and out of the boot in the future.
No, because you'll see the tongue starts back here, so it allows the boot to open up without touching that front buckle.
Smart design work. And for that adventure skier, on top of it, they've added a ski hike feature in this boot.
Right, so you flip the lever up in the back of the boot, and it gives you a lot of range of motion in the boot. With Dalbello's three-piece design with this low hinge point, this boot has 31 degrees of range. So when you're hiking, walking, skinning up a mountain, you've got a lot of mobility.
A long, comfortable stride.
Exactly.
And then built right into that ski hike feature is a flex adjustment as well.
Right. So again, if you get the boot and it's a wickedly cold day, the shell stiffens up, or you're doing a lot of bump skiing or whatever else, you want it to be a little softer, a little bit more flexible. You can change the stiffness by about 15% in terms of stiffness.
Awesome. So specific to the 90 that you have in your hands, we're starting here with the Trufit Sport Liner.
Right. So the Trufit Sport Liner, heated up, and it shapes to your foot, shapes to your ankle bones, shapes to your heel, your Achilles, and whatever else on your foot.
So great customization there. And then we also get the extra grip soles on this boot.
Right. Yeah, Dalbello's molded a rubbery content material into their soles, so when you are walking around in rough terrain, or even in an icy parking lot, whatever else, it gives you a safer, more traction sole.
Which can certainly be appreciated.
Oh, yeah.
So what kind of skier are we looking for in the Panterra 90?
The Panterra 90 is one of the best values in the business because this guy could start out as a just above, beginner intermediate skier and get a boot that's going to take him all the way to an expert level skiing, and it's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt you.
Can't really argue with that.
Yeah.
From the 90, we jump up to the Panterra 100.
Right. And again, when I talk about one of the best boots in the business, the 100 is fully loaded. This has a different shell. It has a polyether shell, and polyether is a very highly shock absorbing, very resilient material. So it gives this guy more performance, more shock absorption at high speed skiing or bump skiing or dropping off, cliffs or whatever else.
And then we also go to the Trufit Performance Liner.
Right, and basically when you step up in our liners from sport to performance to comp, what you get is you get stiffer material, better holding of the foot, better holding of the legs, so more responsive boot in terms of lateral power. The other thing you'll find in this boot is when you look at the bottom, we had talked about the rubber material in the toes and heels. This has got a rubber clad sole under the foot, so if you're on slippery places like in a helicopter, on a snowcat, or whatever else, it gives you better traction.
Awesome. So the skier for the Panterra 100 really is going to be your advanced through your expert level skier.
Right, exactly.
Great. From the 100, we jump into the cream of the crop here in the Panterra 120. And this guy this year is going to come in two liner options.
Right. The 120, so the 100 and the 120, these are truly for your expert skiers. The 120 is the best skiers on the hill. This guy wants the most responsive shell, the stiffest shell material. That yellow shell material is a very high-end polyurethane. So it's the same material we use in our race boots. So it's the most responsive, left or right when you're talking about lateral power. It's also very light material. And then it comes with our Trufit Comp Liner, so you get the firmest support in terms of the liner. Then the other option you have is the 120 with the ID liner, which is the Intuition plus Dalbello. put that together, and what you have with the Intuition liner is super lightweight liner, 100% moldable to your foot. So it gives you the best feel, the best response you can have. It's 40% lighter. It's also about 25 to 30% warmer than normal liner.
It's hard to argue with lightweight, warm boots.
It's like putting a thermos bottle on. It's great.
Well, fantastic. So the Panterra 120 is really going to be for your true expert level skier then.
Right, exactly.
That just about sums up the Panterra series. So whether you're looking for the 120 and the ID or the comp, the 100 or the Panterra 90, you can check them out at SkisDOTcom. Thanks for joining us.